Good morning, guys. As promised, we're going to go over this glove situation. By now, you've all seen that a certain creator has went to Moscow and took some really great drone footage, drove around and showed us some areas that we hadn't seen before. Overall, it was really nice. But he also found a glove, as you see in the picture, and the glove has become a hot topic lately. The other night, I was looking through a bunch of original crime scene photos. I went back to the news articles from day 1, 2, and 3 and just kind of poring over them just for my own curiosity to see what I could see, right? And I found this drone footage from the 18th. Originally, it said day 1 drone footage, but then later they updated it and said it was from the 18th. And I noticed pretty quick that there was no glove in it. So I thought, when did the glove show up on the scene? I bet I could pinpoint it down with photos because they took photos out there every single day. So I started, poring over as much as I could, and I found several photos. So this picture is from day 1, and at first I found a lot of photos like this where you can't quite see the back of the trash can, and that's where the glove is. So I thought, let me dig a little more. Now, I know there's some awesome creators on here that could probably match it up, pinpoint it. That's not me. So I just thought, I gotta find a better view. So then I found these on day 2, and I thought, no, it's still not good enough. You can't see around that trash can. We need better. On day 3, the 16th, there is a ton of footage. It's must have been when all the media finally got there. Previously, I was digging through local media outlets, but on the 16th of November, it was a plethora of choices. And I found this one, and I thought, no, it's still just not quite right because you can't really see much. You can just see a little bit there in the corner, and the glove could be just out of sight, right? These were all from that same day as well, and while you can clearly see behind the trash can and see that there is nothing there, it's still kind of far away and kind of pixelated, so I kept digging. And then finally, I found it. I found a full view of the back of the trash cans, and there's no glove, but there's that black dot, and I thought, oh no, people are going to think that that black dot is the glove, but I know it's not because the next day comes the drone footage. So what is that black dot? Now you have to keep your depth perception in mind when you look at this. The glove is closer to the gray trash can, and you'll see these like black, I don't know if they're rocks, if they're other parts of debris, but you see it in this picture, you see it in this picture. There's just other black things around. But we know it's not the glove because of how it's bumped up, if that makes sense. It's thicker. It's not a flat object. Here's another view from that day, and you can kind of see the other black objects a little better. But this is where the glove should be, and it clearly isn't there. And I have one more picture from this day. Now, I know it's not a flattering angle of the investigator that's gathering evidence, but I had to get her bent over so you can see where the glove is supposed to be. And it's not there. That black there is her pants. But I also found this extra interesting because they're gathering evidence here. I don't know that I've ever noticed this before. You can see that she's right over one of those black balls. Again, I don't know if they're dirt clods. I don't know if they're rocks. I'm honestly not sure what those are. Now, this picture is back on day 1. This is November 13th. And what I found really interesting here, though, was the tire track in between the 2 trash cans. Again, that was another thing I hadn't noticed before. So maybe that is what the investigator is digging into or looking at on day 17. And we'll throw in one more. This is from the same day where they were taking the crime scene photos over on the other side of that Ford there. I like this image because it's nice and clear and you can see there is no glove. And then bright and early on the 19th, we have a glove appear in the middle of the road. Now remember, the previous day is when they had a bunch of new investigators in, tagging evidence, lots of evidence markers everywhere. My guess is one of them just dropped it and it got kicked up onto the yard somehow, maybe even by a car. Why does it matter though? It's just a glove, right? Why post all these pictures? Why create a video over a glove? Well, I've seen so many posts on YouTube, on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere, talking down about law enforcement because they missed this glove. They missed this key piece of evidence. Could it have been the killer's glove? It wasn't even there until the 19th, and it was probably dropped by a detective or a media person. We don't know. Oh, a couple more things while I have you here. I just want to note that it did not snow until I think the 21st, 22nd maybe. There was a slight dusting on the ground on the 13th, more so in the back where it is shaded. But there definitely wasn't any ice on the road or snow even on the road. So nobody's vehicles would have had trouble getting up the hill towards the back of the house. And I do believe most of you will get what I'm talking about there. And here's what I wanted to ask you guys. Does this look like a muddy shoe print to anybody else or just me? This is on the retaining wall, and that wall there kind of behind the rock is where the blood is coming down the foundation. The drone footage had zoomed in on that mud that I think looks like an imprint, so that's kind of why I wondered if that's what you guys think it is. But this picture where they are doing all their crime scene stuff was also taken that same day. Okay, and I promise I'll leave after this, but what do you guys think these are? This was tagged on that same day. It's all from the backyard area, and I just hadn't seen them before until the other night. Thanks for letting me bug you with all these questions. Have a great day. See you around the streets.